see the beautiful pdpcoaching.com website. That is pdpcoaching.com. You're going to see on the home screen, you're going to see a picture of me and Liz and Paddy the dog. We're down at Southland Stadium there, and that is a day that I coached Liz to New Zealand titles, 2 of them on the one day. So that was an exciting day. Liz pushing some weights, but you scroll down a little bit more and we have the programs here. There's 1 month program, 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. And the reason they get cheaper as they go along, that's per month. So, if you only have a short one, it's $86.95, that's US dollars. A one-off, of course, because it's only for 1 month. And it comes down in increments according to how long your programs are for. So the question was, how do you know, there's 2 questions here, okay? There's, how do I know what energy systems I should be training? How do I know how to do it? And question 2, how do I know it's been effective? Because you could look at your time on a course or something like that, but when conditions change and all sorts of things change, and you don't really know just by simply timing yourself necessarily if you're actually fitter and stronger. So that's where our programs are a little bit different than some. So
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is the benefit of, say, I just know that someone's just asked me this the other day. What's the difference between our program and what we're doing and, say, just looking at something on Zwift and using their system to monitor if they're doing the right interval training, say, FTP or heart rate based?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and Google cheap, off-the-shelf, non-tailored training plans, there's a lot there. There's even on Zwift and some of the platforms, they will do somewhat of a power test or a heart rate test and give you some metrics from that. That's okay. And so at the very worst are the AI-driven free ones you can get these days. And they don't work because they take some very simple data. I don't even know if they know your maximum heart rate. They just take your age, maybe your gender, and they, from that, try to predict a training plan. It doesn't work. It's way too inaccurate. The next tier up are cheap training plans you might get because, that would come with your Zwift prescription or something like the subscription. And that'll give you something that's a little more tailored. But okay, so why spend the money? So you get a program with Phoenix and Dragon Precision Coaching. Okay, so far so good. Now you can understand that we're going to write you personalized workouts on the software, that's Cycling Analytics, that you get free with the program. Okay, so how do I know 2 things? And how do you know 2 things? How do you know how to tailor that to you? How do you know your training zones? And how do you know your training actual levels? And how do you know that at the end of that plan, you've gotten any better? How do you objectively measure that stuff? Okay, so there is built into this, there is a unique way of testing that. Up front in the program, I will give you some test parameters to go out and do on your bike. Those test parameters you can do in heart rate or power. Power is better, but you can use heart rate as well. That uses a system where it will tailor the actual workout zones to you. There's certain critical power and heart rate values you can get from doing real-time tests on the road, as long as they're conducted properly, and I'll give you full instructions that will correlate to certain thresholds and powers at VO2 max and anaerobic capacity that lets me know lots of important things. Like, I want to know what percentage of your power at VO2 max you are producing at lactate threshold and aerobic threshold. And typically, well, what's that going to tell us? Well, that's going to tell us a lot about how we want to train your energy systems over what period of time and how to build your build cycles. Do we need to raise your VO2 max ceiling? Do we need to work at lactate threshold to get up your threshold power? What is your peak aerobic power like? There's lots of pieces of information, and typically you would get that information from a lab-based lactate test. That's a service we provide, but you can't fly to New Zealand and do a full lab-based lactate test. I can probably conduct one for you when I'm over in Alabama in May, but that's not going to be much help for you now. So I have created exactly that. So it is up front in your plan. You will get this battery of tests. They're easy to do. They're a little bit hard, but that's okay. And that'll mean your plan is fully tailored for you. I do that personally. And then at the end, another test, same thing, and you will be able to determine from that very clearly what your fitness gains have been. And then, of course, for your next build cycle, you will need to update your levels because you will have changed in that month. And that's how we do it. Does that